I'm talking with Rabbi Deutsch of the Living Torah Museum. Now, can you verify for me the story of the Chofetz Chaim? There's been a lot of talk in newspapers and on Jewish media, Jewish blogs. I reported this story 4 years ago with the video of the Chofetz Chaim in it, and people are denying that the Chofetz Chaim was in that particular video. Can you verify for me what the truth is?
I'll tell you the full truth as it was. 4.5 years ago, I was interviewed on a call-in newsline called Kol Mavasser about the story of the Chofetz Chaim and the picture. The famous picture of the Chofetz Chaim is not him. The famous picture is actually the Katsav of Radin. And the picture of the Chofetz Chaim in front of their house was a real picture. So Kol Mavasser decided that they want to interview me on the history of the picture of the Chofetz Chaim. At that point in time, I actually notified everybody that there is a movie of the Chofetz Chaim, and that the movie of the Chofetz Chaim runs very quickly, and it was part of a newsreel program. If you call today Kol Mavasser, they reference the original interview I did 4.5 years ago on the subject. It was posted online for a few weeks, and then it was taken down. Part of the issues was copyright issues. The newsreel companies used to make special newsreels, and what they would do is these newsreels were played before movies, and people would go into the theater, and then before they played a movie, they used to play newsreels. And these newsreel companies were very, very particular that they have what they called exclusive footage, and this was part of the issue with this newsreel. The newsreel was part of a newsreel. It was in its original form, and then it was spliced and put in a shortened version. 4.5 years ago, somebody posted online the full original newsreel as I had described on my interview on Kol Mavasser 4.5 years ago. Then, because of certain reasons, it was taken down, and then it was denied, and then it was a lot of issues. Now, if you own a museum and you violate copyright law, you could be sued. And guess what? You have assets. And if you have assets, people will come after those assets. If somebody who doesn't have assets, who does things, is less worried than if someone is an established institution. And for that reason, it was referenced, it was discussed, but it wasn't given out publicly for that reason.
Okay, now is it fair to say that the university lied to just about every publication by saying this is the first time that it's out when it was really not?
For slander reasons, I don't want to get into that specific question. I don't want to answer it. We say in Hebrew, "V'ten l'chacham v'yechkam oid." The National Archives has a copy of this particular film. It is listed in the National Archives. It has been publicly available for many, many years. I saw it at the National Archives almost 10 years ago in its fast original form, because if anyone knows about old movies, they would run very fast. So what we ultimately do to slow it down is you add screenshots for an old movie to make it look like it's going a little slower. I got a very interesting phone call the week that this was released. Somebody in Australia who heard my original interview 4.5 years ago on Kol Mavasser. And when I spoke about it, he told me it's a big chutzpah that this was released. I said, this is interesting. What's the chutzpah? The chutzpah is, it looks like the Chofetz Chaim is walking fast. I said to him, anyone who knows anything about old movies knows that that's the way old movies were. No, it's not covered for the Chofetz Chaim to be walking fast. So everybody needs to find some criticism with something. But the main thing is that you get to see what the Chofetz Chaim really look like.
Now, is there more video footage of the Chofetz Chaim speaking?
There is another movie of the Chofetz Chaim that's not been released yet. That you could see the Chofetz Chaim selling his sefer. That's not out to the public at this time.
Now, is that something we could expect Aguda to show at their dinner or convention next year?
I don't speak for Aguda, and I don't know what Aguda does.
But can we expect to see it within the next few months?
I would hope so.
Yeah, that's a famous story.
Hold on. Yeah.
I have the film.
Well, wait. So tell me, there's a video of Reb Shimon Yehuda Shkup.
There's a film of Reb Shimon Shkup in America, and it has not been released. The reason it hasn't been released is also politics. It's because he's giving a shiur at Yeshiva University. Yitzchak Elchanan. So some people feel that it's Eina Lefi, it's Pchisas HaKavod to release a movie of Reb Shimon Shkop giving a shir because it's at Yitzchak Elchanan.